Hi, everyone. I'm Ariana, and I will be hosting this webinar tonight. I welcome Mr. Kieran Gill, a current student of the Master of Public Health program at Memorial University, to share his professional and academic experiences in public health. If anyone in the audience has any questions for him, feel free to ask them at the Q&A session at the end or enter them in the chat. You can go ahead, Mr. Gill.
All right, just give me a second now to share my screen. All right. Good evening, seminar attendees and Center for New Immigrant Wellbeing personnel. Thank you for the invitation, as well as your interest in attending this seminar presentation, exploring an overview of the knowledge derived from my experiences navigating my academic journey through a Master of Public Health, or MPH, considering diverse learning opportunities, academic and career planning approaches, and relevance to the pursuit of a career in medicine. Before diving into my presentation, I wanted to take a moment to tell you a little about my personal and academic backgrounds. My name is Kieran Gill, and concerning my personal background, I was born and raised in Newfoundland and Labrador in a small mining town called Labrador City with a population of just under 10,000 people. Labrador City is home to some of my province's major iron ore producers, promoting significant investment and economic growth in the region since its establishment in 1950, yielding robust infrastructure, a wealth of employment opportunities, and a high standard of living. This place, albeit small, remote, and completely covered in snow for 8 months per year, is home to many of my fondest memories. The rugged, refined, and sparsely populated region is studded with lush forests, pristine waters, and undisturbed ecosystems, providing some of the best fishing, hunting, trapping, skiing, off-roading, and snowmobiling in the world. Upon graduating from high school, at the top of my class, I moved away from Labrador City to Kingston, Ontario, where I attended Queen's University, studying both biology and psychology with honors. Through my 5 years studying at Queen's University, I maintained a very high academic standard, graduating with honors and distinction in 2023. For as long as I can remember, my academic and career aspirations have been directed toward medicine, which made my selection of undergraduate studies rather straightforward. I elected to complete a double major in honors biology and psychology, attempting to master the fundamentals of both the pure and social sciences. I chose this path in order to prepare for writing the MCAT, completing medical school prerequisites, and developing the foundation of skills, knowledge, and competencies upon which my medical training could be completed. As I completed my studies at Queen's University, I knew I wanted to complete additional training at the graduate level prior to beginning medical school. I considered many information sources in both self-directed study and consultation with academic advisors, physicians, professors, and colleagues at both Queen's University and Memorial University back home in Newfoundland and Labrador. The purpose of this evening's seminar presentation is to review the most important information I have identified and synthesized through a combination of regular self-study and consultation with mentors when navigating my path into, through, and beyond my Master of Public Health, emphasizing the intersection of public health and a career in medicine. Now that you have gotten to know a little about me and the purpose of my presentation, I wanted to delve into a quick overview of the topics I will be covering this evening. First, I will present a high-level overview of everything you need to know when making an informed decision pertaining to whether to pursue a Master of Public Health. Second, I will consider keys to success and career outcomes of a Master of Public Health program. Finally, I will describe the relevance of a Master of Public Health for those of you with a career and academic aspiration leading you towards medicine. To begin, if you are curious whether a Master of Public Health is right for you, ask yourself the following questions. These are questions I asked myself while finishing my undergraduate studies at Queen's University and began planning my graduate school path. Do you want to be educated, equipped, and inspired to take evidence-informed action improving the health and well-being of human populations? Are you looking for a professional degree that sets the foundations for maximizing your impact in the health sector? Do you welcome the academic challenge of a demanding and high-volume professional program? Do you want to learn how to effectively define, search, appraise, synthesize, adapt, implement, and evaluate diverse literature, including published research and other reports? Do you want to build your professionalism through coursework, collaboration with peers, and a real-world practicum work placement? Are you looking for a small, personal, and responsive program where you are well known by both your colleagues and instructors? Do you want to enhance your career prospects for meaningful work? And do you enjoy solving large and complex problems? If you found yourself responding yes to some of these questions, it might be worth seriously considering a Master of Public Health as part of your long-term academic and career planning. In my experience, there are several benefits to pursuing a Master of Public Health, broadly including an expanded public health knowledge and skill set. If the unprecedented global COVID-19 pandemic taught us anything, it is that knowledge is power. One of the benefits of a Master of Public Health is that you will obtain the education and hands-on experience necessary to provide communities with the knowledge and leadership necessary to stay safe and healthy. Master of Public Health curriculums are designed to equip students with the knowledge they need to face whatever public health issues or emergencies arise. Second is increased career opportunities and outlook. The knowledge and skills you learn in a Master of Public Health are what give you the edge to stand out for career advancement throughout the health sector. That is, health professionals who earn their Master of Public Health are qualified for more advanced positions in areas such as population level planning, coordination, leadership, management, and public relations, all of which will allow you to take on additional responsibilities, have greater impact, and gain more decision-making power in your organization. Third, Master of Public Health programs often come with a good degree of flexibility. That is, another prominent benefit of these programs is that many of today's programs are offered online or in hybrid forms. This flexibility allows you to pursue your degree without worrying about fighting traffic to get to class and gives you the autonomy to complete coursework on your own schedule. Not only is this online program format ideal for working professionals, but could even allow you to complete your training from home. Furthermore, public health is a diverse area of work offering a wide variety of course topics and specializations, giving you the academic flexibility to tailor your public health education to your strengths, interests, academic background, as well as your other commitments. Finally, the opportunity to make a greater impact has to be one of the most prominent benefits of pursuing an education in public health. Public health and a Master of Public Health offers the opportunity to make a valuable and positive difference in people's lives. That is, health professionals with public health training are able to positively influence neighborhoods, communities, and entire populations. Regardless of where you live in the world, public health issues affect everyone. Being able to have a hand in combating these issues for the benefit of society is among the greatest honors you could hope to derive from a fruitful career in the health sector. Public health can be defined as the science of preventing disease, promoting holistic health, and prolonging life through the organized efforts and informed choices of society, government and non-government organizations, communities, and individuals. Here, we define holistic health as a state characterized by good mental health, physical health, and health knowledge, as well as a sense of holistic well-being and security, not just the absence of disease or injury. In multidisciplinary teams, working with diverse public and private partners across every sector, from the food system to waste management, public health professionals constitute the proactive and all-encompassing branch of the health sector, serving both the healthy and the sick. You can think of public health as the front line in the battle for population health and well-being, aiming to prevent health problems from occurring or reoccurring while promoting health and thereby reducing the demand placed on medical service providers. In fact, individuals unknowingly benefit from public health every day without even having to step foot in a hospital, such as purchasing uncontaminated food products, getting a high-quality glass of water from the tap, or knowing when and where to get vaccinated before flu season. Contemporary literature highlights public health as an essential part of any thriving community. A vast majority of modern improvements in quality of life, life expectancy, as well as population-level health status and well-being are attributable to the research, development, and widespread global adoption of public health. Overall, public health is concerned with protecting the health of entire populations. These populations can be as small as a local neighborhood or as big as an entire province or country. This is accomplished through implementing educational programs, such as providing parental guidelines for adequate childhood nutrition and development, recommending government policies, such as raising taxes on tobacco products and establishing tobacco-free areas, administering public health programs or services, such as applying a housing-first approach to address local homelessness, and conducting research across the public health sciences, such as critically evaluating existing public health programs and policies, or exploring the distribution and determinants of a particular health status in a community of interest. A Master of Public Health is an advanced graduate-level program of study for students from various fields with diverse expertise who are interested in a professional degree that will prepare them for practical work in a variety of public health or non-clinical health sector practice settings. This is accomplished through acquisition of prerequisite skills for working with various populations on improving aggregate health status and well-being. The goal of any Master of Public Health program is to prepare graduates who are skilled in public health practice, supporting the broader healthcare system by promoting population-level mental health, physical health, and well-being, while preventing and mitigating illness and injury in their community. On average, it takes 2 years to earn a Master of Public Health when you work as a full-time student. Importantly, this timeline depends on the university and Master of Public Health program you choose. Generally, you will need to earn between 42 and 45 credit hours, including 10 core courses, 2 self-selected elective courses, and additional requirements, including either a practicum work term placement with a university-partnered health sector organization, such as the Regional Health Authority, or a capstone research project on a specific public health topic identified throughout your Master of Public Health coursework. Certain universities offer a fast track, which allows you to earn your Master of Public Health degree in a single year. This is what I have done in completing my Master of Public Health between September of 2023 and August of 2024 at Memorial University. In some cases, for more competitive accelerated programs, it is recommended you have an undergraduate degree in a pure science, social science, health science, or another related field. Importantly, many aspiring physicians choose to complete these accelerated programs during a gap year between earning their undergraduate degrees and attending medical school. It cannot be understated that public health is an extremely broad and complex topic, necessitating interdisciplinary collaboration and corresponding multi-sectoral action. Accordingly, universities often offer either generalist Master of Public Health programs covering topics across the entire public health continuum, or specializations which allow you to focus on a particular aspect of public health while still mastering the core competencies. Master of Public Health specializations vary by university and include biostatistics and informatics, community health, emergency management, environmental health science, disease and injury prevention, health services and administration, global health, maternal and child health, as well as community nutrition. When I was applying to graduate school and considering Queen's University, I learned their Master of Public Health program offerings included a generalist program or a Master of Public Health with a specialization in infection prevention and control. Specialized Master of Public Health programs, such as the Infection Prevention and Control stream at Queen's, have the same core requirements as a generalist Master of Public Health program, however, are supplemented with elective courses and a practicum work placement or research project focused on the predetermined topic of specialization, such as infection prevention and control. Similarly, Memorial University offers a generalist Master of Public Health stream, as well as a specialization in community nutrition. I completed my Master of Public Health in Memorial University's generalist Master of Public Health stream, denoted the population health stream, because I wanted to pursue diverse coverage of competencies underlying work in a variety of public health settings, rather than preemptively focusing on one topic area, providing me with the flexibility necessary to delve deeper into areas of public health I found interesting without restriction by way of my elective courses and my practicum work placement as I gained experience across the public health continuum. This is all to say, should you find the core elements of a Master of Public Health suits your academic or career interests, it will be important to consider whether you would be interested in preemptively focusing your training by way of a specialization based on which specializations are offered by the universities you could reasonably see yourself attending to complete graduate training. Master of Public Health prerequisites generally include completion of a 4-year undergraduate degree from an accredited university prior to the proposed time of entry into a Master of Public Health. Overall academic average of at least 75%. However, due to the competitive nature of most Canadian Master of Public Health programs, an academic average of 85% or higher is considered competitive. Successful completion of at least one undergraduate statistics course, scoring a minimum of 75%. Demonstration of awareness and interest in improving the health status of populations or communities through work or volunteer experience. Many universities do not require relevant volunteer or work experience to consider your application. However, having such experience serves to increase your likelihood of acceptance into competitive programs. Furthermore, certain specializations may require completion of specific courses, particular undergraduate degree plans, or equivalents, such as the community nutrition specialization at Memorial University, requiring applicants to have completed an undergraduate degree in dietetics as accredited by the Dietitians of Canada organization. Admission to the Master of Public Health program is highly competitive, and possessing the minimum requirements does not ensure an offer of admission. Accordingly, it is of paramount importance to plan your graduate school path years in advance of your pursuit of the program, ensuring you are both aware of and able to obtain the necessary knowledge, skills, experiences, and credentials for the Master of Public Health program you are interested in completing. All prerequisite information can be found on the appropriate webpage of your target university's website. But like I say, it is never too early to start thinking about graduate school. Master of Public Health program applicants must apply through the appropriate online portal for the university or universities they are interested in attending for graduate school. A completed online application must be submitted, generally including all of the following information and documentation. That is, biographical information, for example, your name, date of birth, contact information, permanent address, country of citizenship, country and university of undergraduate studies, and time frame of undergraduate study completion. Verification of the completion of all relevant prerequisites, including a verification of degree completion or confirmation of degree awarded from the institution attended for undergraduate studies. A professional resume or CV outlining your notable academic, professional, and extracurricular experiences, achievements, and awards. A transcript outlining your program of study and course history, awards, and performance throughout the entirety of your undergraduate studies. a written statement of interest and personal reflection indicating your reasons for wanting to enroll in your program of interest, emphasizing academic and career interests, describing short and long-term academic and professional goals, your plans on what you hope to do following completion of your graduate degree, as well as a list and description of any relevant research experience, publications, scholarships, or academic awards. 2 academic letters of reference from professors or instructors who have taught you in the past and graded your work, or supervised your work in an academic setting, focusing on your academic ability and suitability for a Master of Public Health are also necessary. These letters are completed independently by the instructors you select, describing the duration and capacity of your relationship, any exceptional achievements such as an academic publication, confirmation you are on a particular career trajectory, and commenting on your academic aptitude and personal qualities in the context of your academic and career aspirations, collectively providing valuable information to the admissions committee about personality, abilities, accomplishments, and performance records. Finally, some schools may also require completion of a standardized multiple choice entrance exam on a particular topic area. However, this was not the case for any of the schools to which I applied. As I alluded to previously, once you have decided to apply for a Master of Public Health program, it is time to start researching programs for yourself. Doing your research on each university and their Master of Public Health program offerings is important because often universities will present different timelines, specializations, structures, and training styles. Master of Public Health programs typically fall into 2 categories: thesis-based or course-based. In a course-based program, all degree requirements are fulfilled by completing a full accredited curriculum of graduate-level courses. Conversely, thesis-based programs require that, while completing a reduced workload of required courses, you pursue independent and original research culminating in a thesis or a long essay involving personal research and substantiating a specific viewpoint on a particular topic. While most public health programs are course-based, some universities allow students to choose between doing a thesis or course-based master's. In preparing for Master of Public Health applications, you should therefore consider how passionate you are about research and potentially completing further education, such as a PhD. If so, choosing a thesis-based program could be a good fit for you and further developing the research skills necessary to pursue such an academic and career trajectory. On the other hand, if you are not interested in pursuing a career in research, there are plenty of opportunities to gain relevant skills through a course-based program. For instance, you could connect with professors to build a course paper or work with them directly on some of their projects, which can provide you with excellent connections and practical skills. Alternatively, you could elect to take research-based elective courses or complete a research project in place of your work term. In addition, there are many external opportunities available outside of your university and through local public health organizations if you would like to get skills beyond the academic environment. This is the route I chose for my Master of Public Health, as I also wanted to maintain flexibility in my program activities while completing an accelerated program within 1 year of full-time study. Most thesis-based programs are at least 2 years. Regardless of the Master of Public Health program you choose, you will develop knowledge and transferable skills that will help you in any health sector career you choose. The important thing is to make your Master of Public Health your own based on your areas of interest, competencies, and the networks you want to build. Since most of the Canadian Master of Public Health programs are course-based, you can expect to take at least 10 core courses in public health before you begin focusing on the area in which you'd like to specialize. As you search for a Master of Public Health program, take your time to look at their required coursework and elective options so you have an idea about what types of courses you will need to take and how they align with what you would like to learn over the course of your graduate studies. Generally, the goal of an accredited Master of Public Health curriculum is to educate, equip, and inspire students to achieve each of the core competencies of public health work in Canada, as described by the Public Health Agency of Canada. Core competencies may improve the health of the public by contributing to a more effective workforce, encouraging service delivery that is evidence-based, population-focused, ethical, equitable, standardized, and client-centered, helping to create a more unified workforce by providing a shared understanding of key concepts and practices, helping to explain the nature of public health and public health goals. Core competencies are the essential knowledge, skills, and attitudes necessary for the practice of public health. They transcend the boundaries of specific disciplines and are independent of program and topic. They provide the building blocks for effective public health practice and the use of an overall public health approach. Generic core competencies provide a baseline for what is required to fulfill public health system core functions. The 36 core competencies are organized under 7 categories, including public health sciences, assessment and analysis, policy and program planning, implementation and evaluation, partnerships, collaboration and advocacy, diversity and inclusiveness, communication, and leadership. Presented here is an overview describing the courses and topics I have studied through completion of my course-based generalist Master of Public Health. Biostatistics reviewed elementary biostatistics and introduced me to the key concepts underlying univariate and multivariate inference, while introducing me to the analysis of biomedical and community health data using SPSS software. Epidemiology taught me key epidemiological terminology, concepts, and common calculations, introducing me to the uses of epidemiology in clinical medicine and in disease prevention and health promotion at the individual, family, and community levels. Community health research methods introduced me to some of the theoretical issues underlying different forms of health research, teaching me how to plan rigorous ethical studies, write research proposals, and critically appraise research completed by others. Health promotion taught me the principles and practice of health promotion as a process of enabling individuals and communities to increase control of and improve their health status. Public health leadership and management taught me the leadership and management skills relevant to health sector management, exploring and developing skills in the areas of leadership theory, strategic planning, program evaluation, financial management, project management, quality management processes, risk management, team building, decision-making, and disaster management. Moving on to the winter semester, policy and decision-making gave me a newfound understanding of the complex factors and processes at play in the health policy arena within Canada, and gave me an opportunity to further develop skills in the areas of critical appraisal and policy synthesis. Disease and injury prevention taught me the impact of disease and injury on the public's health and taught me how to address the development of comprehensive approaches to the prevention and control of diseases and injuries. Environmental health gave me the opportunity to explore important issues in environmental health and discuss the methods and tools used to assess and manage these issues stemming from the environments around us. Program development in public health provided me with the skills necessary to plan, develop, implement, and evaluate a program in the public health field. And finally, community nutrition introduced me to the study and application of nutrition concepts as they apply to groups of people, helping me develop an appreciation for the role played by nutrition and dietetics in the context of population health. Moving on to the summer 2024 semester, I had 2 options for completing my Master of Public Health. As mentioned previously, Master of Public Health curricula are not limited to a set of traditional course requirements, but also encompass additional requirements and learning opportunities for achieving core competencies of public health practice, including either a capstone research project or a practicum work placement. A capstone project is a substantive and self-directed original body of research which allows students to synthesize and integrate knowledge from their public health coursework and experience. Each student is responsible for identifying a focus area for their capstone with the assistance and guidance of their capstone supervisor, usually one of the instructors from the School of Public Health. That is, students in a Master of Public Health program are required to complete a capstone project to address a public health issue through the lens of management, quality improvement, program planning, implementation, or evaluation of policy, practice, or research. The capstone project encompasses 4 assignments: a written proposal, which is the proposal that must be approved by the advisor and first reader prior to proposal presentation, leading into, of course, a proposal presentation wherein students will receive feedback from faculty and others about their ability to synthesize existing literature, identify gaps, and plan corresponding studies to fill those gaps and inform their field of interest. Capstone project deliverables or articles include a written documents appropriate to the topic, often in the form of a simplified thesis or research article created after carrying out the work of the proposal and collecting and analyzing all data. And then there's typically a final presentation wherein students will present the project and its findings to faculty, students, and other interested parties. The presentation will include a discussion with the audience, and visual aids are encouraged to help the student develop their skills in both knowledge translation and information dissemination to diverse audiences. Completed capstone projects are evaluated by the capstone supervisor in conjunction with 2 other faculty members who will comprise a supervisory committee for the capstone project. I did not select to pursue a capstone project for my Master of Public Health, as many universities, including Memorial University, limit a capstone project to students with substantial and relevant experience in healthcare and/or with the healthcare system, and would not otherwise benefit from the valuable experience and mentorship offered in a practicum placement. The public health practicum is a supervised, practical field experience designed to provide students the opportunity to further develop and apply the knowledge and skills acquired in the academic program in a public health agency or other environment in which a public health function is performed. Generally, you can expect to search for a placement with a health sector organization and complete supervised work under a predetermined supervisor at a practicum site. Each student works with the practicum director to identify, arrange, and complete a satisfactory field experience that fulfills the program's practicum requirements and helps you further refine achievement of the core competencies of public health practice. Regardless of placement site or area of focus, the objectives of a Master of Public Health practicum include refinement of skills learned in the academic program by applying them in a public health practice setting to complete assigned work or take the lead on a real-world workplace project, such as identifying priority public health problems, synthesizing information, or planning a public health program. This then allows students to engage professionally in the acquisition of practical skills that are useful to public health professionals and are not otherwise available through academic instruction, while fostering a nuanced understanding of the political, economic, social, and organizational context within which public health activities are conducted. This is typically followed by a final presentation and reflection essay, giving you the opportunity to reflect on and synthesize all the professional and academic gains achieved. For my practicum project, I produced a novel settings-based framework for environmental public health, completing a semi-systematic literature review to serve as a foundational document informing the development of standards for environmental public health practice across Newfoundland and Labrador. Advocates for effective and impactful public health program and policy standards must regularly update and reassess current approaches to ensure best practices are both widely adopted and appropriately translated from the new realities identified in contemporary literature. Environmental public health is an incredibly complex field, requiring inputs from a wide variety of disciplines, ranging from biology and ecology to sociology and political science. This then necessitates meticulous integration and frequent knowledge translation of contemporary research findings across these diverse disciplines, thereby creating well-integrated, evidence-informed public health standards and actions, preserving health and well-being for both the human populations of today and tomorrow. Accordingly, the purpose of my project is the creation of a high-level summary of current knowledge and priorities in environmental public health-oriented literature, contributing to a rationale for environmental public health guidelines and priority environmental public health actions, ensuring innovation, best practice, and effective knowledge translation from contemporary literature to provincial standards for the core public health programs of Newfoundland and Labrador's Division of Public Health, beginning with the Environmental Public Health Program. To be a successful graduate student, keep your career goals at the forefront of your mind. It is important to remember that graduate school is not just about academic and professional growth. It offers opportunities to expand your network, engage in research, and develop a resilience that will serve you well in all areas of your life. The key is to embrace these experiences because they will enrich your journey through graduate school and equip you with a comprehensive skill set that extends beyond the classroom. To prepare to be an effective graduate student, you should know why you are pursuing a graduate degree. Consider your own personal reasons for embarking on the graduate school journey to ensure it is the right decision for you. A graduate program should equip you with the knowledge and skills that you need to enter your field and advance your career. Look for programs that offer hands-on experiential learning opportunities in which students gain experiences relevant to their desired field of employment. You must also be prepared to work hard and effectively manage your time. Graduate school requires dedication, time, and effort. While some students decide to pursue an advanced degree full-time, others balance the coursework part-time alongside a full-time job and family life. Once you know you can make a commitment to grad school, go ahead and just do it. The coursework is doable, and you will still have time to spend with friends and family, particularly if you pick the program format that best suits your needs. Aim to strike a balance with all the other commitments in your life, tailoring your graduate experience to fit your life with flexible online, on-campus, or hybrid programs. Furthermore, always aim to network with your professors. For undergraduate students, forming strong relationships with professors outside the classroom can be rare. In grad school, however, strong relationships should be the rule, not the exception. Always jump at the chance to meet with your professors outside of the class time for their insight, knowledge, connections, and extracurricular research or learning opportunities. You may study under thought leaders in your field who will open doors for you, not because it is their job to do so, but because they are professionals who understand the importance of building the future. Finally, it is undeniable that committing to grad school can feel overwhelming, but in order to succeed, it is essential that you believe you are capable of excelling. Commit to the process 100%, and you will be forever thankful for your experience. As it pertains to the keys to success in a Master of Public Health program, I have come up with a list of 9 steps, which I found helpful throughout my journey in completing my Master of Public Health coursework and now almost being completed my practicum project. So step 1, when you start the program, set SMART goals. Goals help you to keep going by providing direction, increasing attention and focus, increasing motivation and effort, as well as reducing your anxiety and increasing your confidence. SMART goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timed. For example, one of my SMART goals for last semester was as follows. I will prepare at least 1 question about assigned readings or other relevant course activities before each weekly lecture. recording the number of questions I have for each class as related to my broader objective of achieving the core competencies of public health practice in Canada. Step 2 is use a schedule for daily activities. Plan everything in advance, usually at the beginning of the semester, and set a realistic schedule for yourself. Make note of and know where your time is invested, including any time spent taking study breaks on your phone, and study for 2 to 3 hours for every hour of class time for each of your courses. Step 3, read textbooks and complete all course readings. Survey chapters or articles before reading. Read the chapter summary or an article's abstract. Look for bold and italicized words to indicate important concepts. Review chapters and readings before class. Reread chapters and readings after class, and make concise study notes. Step 4, attend all lectures. Intend to learn something every class you attend. Do assigned readings before class and develop a template for taking lecture notes. Ask lots of questions, sit at the front of the class, review and edit notes after class, highlighting important points, drawing diagrams, and defining key terms and concepts. Step 5, prepare for exams. Review past exams, complete practice exams, make practice study questions, memorize definitions and formulas using cue cards or online services such as Quizlet, ask questions about the exam, attend review sessions, and sleep 8 hours per night. Collectively, these preliminary steps will contribute to you learning as much as possible from your coursework while excelling, identifying areas of interest, and attracting the attention of your instructors as you begin to succeed and hit the ground running. As you progress further into graduate school, mastering the foundational knowledge and skills through coursework, research, and self-directed work outputs become the focus. These remaining steps apply to this phase of a Master of Public Health. Concerning step 6, follow your interests when choosing research topics. Pick a topic you are passionate about, and the work won't feel like work at all. Well, I guess that's a stretch, but it will make the work a lot more interesting. The sky is truly the limit when it comes to choosing a topic, but you will spend more time researching that topic than you ever have before. So it is incredibly important to pick one that you will retain an interest in throughout the duration of your studies. Step 7, find an appropriate mentor among your instructors. Attending seminars, office hours, and department socials are just some of the abundant networking opportunities in graduate school. Make the most of them by engaging actively. Introduce yourself and tap into a wealth of knowledge. Getting to know a professor with expertise in a topic you find interesting is as important to your education as attending class or completing assigned work. Step 8, schedule regular meeting times with your mentor. Your mentor is truly your best friend and closest collaborator when completing graduate level research. Whoever you want to collaborate with, let it be known and make an effort to develop the relationship, dropping by their office or scheduling weekly check-ins to support your learning. I was extremely fortunate to have a mentor who was very communicative, available, and generous with his time, dedicated to supporting my professional development. And finally, step 9, remember a balanced life is key. This tip is possibly my most important. Yes, your studies are incredibly important, and yes, you want to produce the highest quality work you can. However, balance is so important to prevent burnout. Remember to breathe, take a step back when you need to, and allow your body and mind the chance to take a well-deserved break. This will allow for better work when you are tuned in and a much better experience overall. At the end of a Master of Public Health, you will be educated, equipped, and inspired to define public health issues using a population health approach, search for evidence to address public health issues, appraise and interpret public health evidence, synthesize evidence to develop recommendations for public health action, adopt public health communication and evidence-based interventions in specific contexts and populations. Plan to implement public health programs, services, and policies. evaluate the process and outcomes of public health actions, and demonstrate development of core attitudes and values of a public health professional. Many of these skills and beliefs are relevant assets for those of you interested in completing a Doctor of Medicine program. However, as those of you who are seriously considering medicine know, it is a career path riddled with high competition and no guarantee of success. Accordingly, when planning your academic journey towards medical school, it is important to consider academic opportunities which can yield meaningful and stable careers beyond medicine as a sort of backup plan. By itself, a Master of Public Health degree can be a pathway to many rewarding and high-demand jobs in diverse health sectors, including community health, public health education, emergency management, epidemiology, global health, public policy, biostatistics, and environmental health. For example, community health professionals include community health workers, outreach specialists, community care coordinators, peer counselors, and patient navigators who analyze data, engage with communities, and implement public health programs to address concerns that affect diverse populations. You might perform outreach to schools, help elderly patients understand their health conditions, advocate for local healthcare needs, or help connect underserved communities to culturally appropriate healthcare resources. Similarly, public policy professionals include healthcare policy analysts, healthcare administrators, healthcare lobbyists, and health service managers, advocating for and developing healthy public policy proposals, often acting as a liaison between healthcare agencies and the government, or managing public health programs at the state or local level. So enough of the bad news. Even if you didn't end up in medical school and had to lean on your Master of Public Health, you have a great career in front of you. And that's not to say that you are not going to make it to medical school, because in fact, a Master of Public Health is one of the best routes and one of the best stepping stones you can take in the pursuit of medicine. This is because public health and medicine approach the challenge of health and healthcare from distinct but complementary perspectives. In medicine, the focus is on the individual patient within the context of family and community. In public health, the focus is on the health of populations with the expression of illness found in the lives of individuals. Public health stresses the prevention of disease, while medicine deals with the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of individuals. Medication, surgery, and other forms of individual intervention are the principal tools of the medical clinician. Public health employs a wide array of social and community interventions, ranging from immunization campaigns to urban design in order to preserve and protect health. Despite these differences in perspective, a moment's reflection reinforces the continuity and overlap between the concern with populations of public health and the individual responsibility of medicine. Numerous initiatives are bringing the principles, values, experiences, and analytic perspectives of public health into the daily practice of medical education. These range from clinical cases to field experiences, and from brief learning modules to integrated degree programs, and they are exemplified by a growing body of literature combining elements of both public health and medical science in preventative medicine. In the context of a growing call for interdisciplinary and interprofessional education experiences across medicine, nursing, and public health, a Master of Public Health matters in the pursuit of medicine, and just as public health matters to medical care, and therefore to medical education. There are at least 6 ways in which public health is relevant to a medical education. First, epidemiology, the core discipline of public health, is essential to understanding the cause and distribution of disease. Without some grounding in the quantitative disciplines of biostatistics and epidemiology, No physician can hope to independently and sensibly interpret the medical literature or to apply it rationally to an individual patient. Dealing with uncertainty and probabilistic reasoning is an essential to sound medical care, and it is an essential component of health policy and public health practice. Second, public health teaches the influence of environmental, nutritional, social, and behavioral factors on health, illness, recovery, and wellness. Understanding the etiology of disease and the optimal management of patients depends on a comprehensive appreciation of the multiple origins of illness, including those traditionally emphasized in public health. Integrative explanations of illness that embrace genetic, molecular, biochemical, and physiological factors with behavioral, social, nutritional, and environmental factors require the joint perspectives of medicine and public health. Third, the physician who appreciates the role and potential for public health initiatives and interventions, such as public education or social campaigns, has a deeper understanding of the conditions that preserve health and of the interfaces between personal medical care and community health protection. Fourth, public health emphasizes cultural sensitivity, similarities and differences in values, morals, and practices, community engagement, and health literacy, which have a direct bearing on the ability of patients to participate in their own healthcare and to protect their family's health. Fifth, public health stresses systems-level thinking, an engineering concept that explains observed performance in terms of connected parts that interact in a variety of interdependent ways. The same way of thinking bears directly on patient safety and the quality of medical care, and it provides a way of describing and understanding the performance of everything from an individual medical encounter to the health system as a whole. Finally, public health exposes physicians to exciting and fulfilling career opportunities in such diverse areas as global health, disaster response, health policy, and environmental health. Apart from those who will choose to concentrate in a public health field, such as epidemiology, general preventative medicine, or occupational health, many practitioners in such fields as general and specialty medicine, emergency medicine, pediatrics, family medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, ophthalmology, and general surgery will find rewarding opportunities for part-time engagement in one or another aspect of population health. Many physicians I have conversed with believe that public health is the continuation of medicine by other means, potentially affecting millions of individuals at a time instead of just one. Thousands of students apply to medical school across Canada every year, and the vast majority of them will never even make it to an interview. The chances of success improve for repeat applicants, but the fact remains, even with high marks and stellar extracurricular activities, applying to a Canadian medical school is an uphill battle against discouraging statistics. For medical school hopefuls who don't make the cut, pursuing a grad school program is a win-win. It improves their chances on a second application, and at the same time, they are developing the skills for a different career path. Many medical schools look for research or medically related experience, and some even award additional points to applicants who have completed a graduate degree. Similarly, other medical schools lower the academic performance cutoff for graduate students. Furthermore, graduate students can pursue research projects that can lead to presenting their work at conferences and hopefully publications. This can be a huge advantage for your medical school application. One of the key skills medical students should acquire before graduation is the ability to retrieve, manage, and utilize published biomedical information for clinical decision-making. Master's programs related to medicine, such as a Master of Public Health, devote a substantial number of modules to biostatistics, epidemiology, and data analysis. The proficiency obtained from this instruction can be directly translated to coursework in medical education and training, board examinations, and clinically oriented research projects in medical school. Similarly, over 50% of matriculating medical students indicated a desire to pursue research during their medical training. Furthermore, an increasing number of applicants matching into competitive residency programs have greater numbers of research experience, education, and publications. Designing a novel research project is an exciting challenge, and master's students often develop skills from their postgraduate education to develop novel research questions and analyze large quantities of data. These skills should be emphasized as time is often scarce to resolve research questions initiated at the beginning of medical training, while offering the opportunity to gain experiences and produce work outputs, which make you more competitive for even the most competitive residency placements following medical school. Finally, graduate students often develop a critical network of colleagues and mentors during their postgraduate training, which opens pathways for future collaboration and peer feedback on research studies undertaken in medical school. Overall, I selected my current path to provide myself skills, knowledge, and competencies needed to lead a fruitful career in the health sector. In the event I do not get into medical school, while simultaneously increasing my likelihood of getting into medical school through experience, research, and establishing professional networks, which increase my learning opportunities, augment my professional developments, and lay out a path to become an effective physician of tomorrow by studying public health today. In the wise words of Benjamin Franklin, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. No matter how advanced medical science becomes, it is meaningless without the everyday population level action of core public health programs. For taking an interest in my seminar presentation this evening, you have shown you are forward-thinking, ambitious, and talented young minds constituting a small piece of the future of the Canadian health sector. Remember, pursuing a fruitful career in the health sector is not about choosing between a rigid dichotomy of public health or clinical practice. Instead, it is about maximizing your impact, supporting both preventative and curative concentrations across the health sector continuum, operating at the intersection of medical science and population health, yielding a new generation of forward-thinking, highly skilled champions of holistic healthcare and public health leadership for the Canadian context. Thank you all for your time and attention. I wish you all the best of luck when navigating your own academic and career paths into the health sector and beyond. You are our hope for a continually improving future.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gill. That was a great presentation and very informative. Thank you. I learned a lot today. Does anyone in the audience have any questions that they would like to ask? If not, I have a few questions prepared myself, and feel free to just type them in the chat if you have any. So my first question is, what motivated you into pursuing public health as a career? Oh, you're muted right now.
Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, that's a really good question. So when I was trying to decide on a path for graduate school, I knew that I wasn't quite ready to apply to medicine, but I also knew I didn't want to waste my time and take a year away from school or not spend any time gaining additional skills or knowledge that could be useful to my future career. So I landed on public health because of three main reasons. One, the timeliness of the program. There are options in the Canadian context where you can complete a Master of Public Health from start to finish within a single year. Secondly, I want to get into medicine because I believe there's no greater honor than the preservation of human life. And you might not expect it, but people working behind the scenes in the public health setting have a much larger impact on the preservation of human life and the promotion of health at the aggregate level than a physician does, because every policy or every program that goes out could impact hundreds or thousands of people, whereas as a physician, you're constrained to dealing with one person at a time, and it's often after an adverse health outcome has occurred. And finally, I wanted to pursue something in public health because it's one of the only careers that would offer me work within the health sector and the type of meaningful work that I could gain from medicine without actually having to practice medicine.
Okay, great. Thank you. We have a few questions in the chat. The first one being, how can you balance between your academic life and social life?
That's a difficult one. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. One thing that I've learned is it is really important to schedule everything in advance. When I say everything, I mean everything, like your free time, your movie time, your gym time, hanging out with friends time, because we often have a tendency to take whatever task we have at hand and use it to fill whatever time we have available for that task. When I first started my university studies, I very minimally used my schedule and I didn't used to outline my days and do my itinerary the way I do now. And because of that, a piece of work or a deliverable that might only take 3 or 4 hours of good work would end up taking me a day or even 2 days because there was nothing there to motivate me to move forward and move on to the next thing. And by having everything regimented and lined out like that, you're able to give yourself breaks. You're able to have an objective means by when you can call it and say you're stepping away from the work for a while. And you also hold yourself accountable and help maximize your productivity when you are locked in and trying to get some work done.
Okay, that seems very helpful. Thank you. Another question is, what is your thesis about?
So I haven't begun my thesis yet as I was doing the course-based Master of Public Health program. I am going to be starting a second master's degree, a Master of Science in Medicine with a specialization in clinical epidemiology. And my thesis topic is basically exploring immigrant health. I'm going to be doing a series of publications exploring the ways that the COVID-19 pandemic affected the daily life, health, well-being, and health-seeking behavior of Chinese Canadian immigrants.
Okay, thank you. Okay. That's all the questions in the chat, so I'll continue with my questions. What aspect of your journey did you find the most difficult?
I think whenever you go to pursue medicine, you have an understanding that it is a very long path in terms of the training and the requirements, but you don't truly appreciate how long of a path it is until you begin to embark down that path. So the biggest challenge that I've faced is maintaining my motivation with seemingly no reward over a very prolonged period of time. What I found is every year I'm working hard, I'm working towards maintaining my academics, engaging heavily in extracurricular activities. And at the end of each year, it kind of feels like you're getting nothing out of it. However, I've been a lot better lately, or I guess in the past 3 or 4 years, because I've kind of shifted the way that I think about getting something out of something. I approach every task with a growth mindset. And instead of thinking, oh, like I'm working 80 hours a week and not getting paid much, I'm thinking I'm working 80 hours a week and I'm learning invaluable skills that I'm going to be able to carry with me into my profession 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, whenever. If you think about it as a mission of self-improvements, professional developments, and academic developments, you're able to develop a newfound sense of appreciation for the work that you do. And it almost, I don't want to say it almost makes the work fun, but it makes you feel that you're getting that positive feedback on a daily basis.
Yeah, I totally understand the struggle with keeping motivation as well, because I'm also interested in pursuing a medical field like career. So sometimes it's difficult for me to also just keep going, thinking like, oh, I need to study, even though it might not result in anything until like years later. So I totally get that. Thank you. What are some experiences or courses that you found most valuable to your journey?
I found a lot of courses actually in the Master of Public Health program to be invaluable to my personal and professional development. Throughout the duration of my undergraduate studies, I focused a lot on the pure sciences and social sciences. So there was a lot of good information there. And of course, it's foundational knowledge that anyone who aspires to work in medicine needs to acquire. But since I started working in public health, I feel like it has given me a more refined understanding of what it takes to have healthy and happy populations, how it isn't just something that should be left up to the health sector, but rather it's a collaborative endeavor that requires involvement of all stakeholders, all partners, all the way from the federal government down to every individual. We all have a role to play in improving the environment around us and contributing to the health, well-being, and sense of belonging of those around us. If we think about it, if we start to think about things in that manner and looking at applying some of the pure sciences and social sciences into developing evidence-based programs or interventions that can work on making some of these improvements, then it feels that it feels almost as if the work has a deeper meaning to it. I find myself more interested when I read about the tenets of an effective housing first program for addressing homelessness, for example, than I would about memorizing the Krebs cycle. It's just, they're both important, but one holds the promise for immediately bettering the lives of those around us. And that creates a level of interest and passion in a subject matter that can't be replicated when there isn't that degree of meaning or that degree of real world relevance.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Okay, there's another question in the chat, and it's asking if you take an MPH program, is it beneficial for getting into medical school? And how did you manage like the timeline between studying for your MPH and applying to med school?
That's a great question. So in terms of just managing my time, what I try to do is I try to allocate a lot of time in the summer to my extracurriculars, my applications, whether that be for professional programs, graduate school, or scholarships. And I try to spend limited time at my other academic pursuits or like my core coursework. And then that's what I spend my winters doing. So kind of by creating that dichotomy between summer work and winter work, I was able to kind of balance things and shift deadlines and buckle down on specific deliverables when I needed to. And that helped me balance between, two pretty engaging but distinct areas of work. Sorry, what was the other question? Whether the Master of Public Health is a benefit for applying to med?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I definitely think that it is of benefit for applying to med. I'm not saying that you need to go and get a Master of Public Health if you want to get into medical school. I'm simply saying if you're interested in public health and you could see yourself working in public health someday, there is no harm in going and establishing a background in public health because there's a significant overlap between public health and medical practice. Not only that, but a lot of medical schools will give you bonus points if you have a graduate degree completed prior to applying. And furthermore, it is a academic pursuit which can help your application stand out because it shows a lot of the attitudes and values that you would want to have in a physician.
Okay, thank you. What are can you share any memorable experiences or lessons you've learned during your academic career in public health?
I'd say one lesson that it took me a surprisingly long time to learn was the importance of sleep. When I started university, had a really bad habit of thinking I could just stubbornly bulldoze my way through any exam, assignment, or other deliverable and consume all the caffeine around, stay up all night, and try and get the work done. The work might get done, but it becomes very slow and laborious, and you're not at your best. There's lots of exams back in first year of university. I wish I could go back and rewrite on a good night's sleep. I think the biggest thing is to make sure that once a certain time of night hits, you have your routine, you have good sleep hygiene, you minimize your screen time, maybe you do a little bit of exercise, you clean yourself off, and you just go to bed for the purpose of going to sleep. Don't go to bed and get on your phone. Don't go to bed and turn on the TV. Go to bed and go to sleep. And an interesting part about the importance of sleep in the context of an academic program, a lot of your learning and studying, and even a lot of your writing when you're working on complex papers can happen when you're asleep. If you're ever stumped or having writer's block or having a hard time memorizing a particular concept or definition, sleep on it, wake up in the morning. When you try it again, it will be much easier.
Yeah, I've definitely found that during sleep, I sometimes like figure out a problem while I'm asleep that I couldn't figure out when I was awake. So I totally get that as well. Those are all the questions that I have for you, and I don't see any of the other ones in the chat. Last call for questions from the audience, I guess. Okay, I think that's it then.